This is a typical CALC-PHOS behavior. Here the discontentment of CALC-PHOS that I like to share with you. Stubbornness of CALC-PHOS, discontentment, stubborn. These are all tubercular behavior, and that's your interesting aspect of CALC-PHOS. Here we are passing on to the dissatisfaction in these two pictures. You could see the dissatisfaction is manifested, may change his appointment if it is an adult, because of the changeability in the mind, may change his appointment time many times, and that's your CALC-PHOS as well. Look at this, the fearlessness of CALC-PHOS. The fearless face on the one hand, and on the other hand, they are very sharp and intelligent, and that sharp and intelligence comes from phosphorus. Whereas the fearlessness is the destruction of fear of the miasm, which comes from destruction is syphilis, and so Sora and syphilis joins here the tubercular miasm. Loss of motivation I have mentioned, better by stimulation, and here the stimulation could be the drink, the stimulation could be, as I said, marijuana, etc. Here there are several pictures showing the recklessness aspect of the CALCAREA PHOS as a consequence of grief, as a consequence of disappointment of love. Here the disappointment of love is the disappointment of love from her or his parents, and as a consequence of that, the manifestation is fearlessness, recklessness, vagabond, and lack of focus, lack of direction, which I'm trying to share here in CALC-PHOS. This picture once again relates to lack of focus, lack of motivation. He doesn't go to school, hang around here and there, a lot of vandalism, and that's your CALCAREA PHOS. We have the rebellious aspect, with the rebellion against parents. I like to do this because you don't love me, so let me do this, and that's the rebellious aspect, the recklessness of CALC-PHOS. This is young boy jumping into the pond or jumping into the river, and that's the recklessness of CALC-PHOS. Here you see the aggression of CALCAREA PHOS. This aggression comes from the boredom. This aggression comes from the discontentment. On the background, as I mentioned, that there is grief, there is disappointment. As a consequence of that, the manifestation, we have sometimes the discontentment, the boredom manifested with aggression. Here in this picture, the bored and dissatisfaction is manifested. Bored and dissatisfaction, especially dissatisfaction, if you remember, I mentioned at the tubercular miasm, and this tubercular miasm is manifested in CALCAREA PHOS. So dissatisfaction, once again, manifested with lack of focus, lack of motivation, and